What's going on, Jordan?
I don't know what happened to my sunglasses.
Somebody steal them?
No, I stole them from my brother.
Interesting.
And now...
Maybe he stole them back.
Sort of like an Indiana Jones.
I was going to say Nick Cage.
No. From what?
Well, he stole that thing from Sean Bean.
What thing?
Because Sean Bean was going to steal the Declaration of Independence, and then he stole it, and then Sean Bean stole it from him, and then Nicolas Cage stole it back.
Yeah, that's very much like the sunglasses.
Thought so. Anyway, this is a bonus episode of James and Jordan Talk to the Internet. This will be coming out late July, early August, probably. So everything we talk about is going to be out of date.
Why is it coming out late July?
Because this is for when
Friday.
I go on vacation.
When are you going? When are you?
Late July, early August.
Yeah.
Hence why this will be coming out late July, early August.
All right.
So the last episode, not the last episode, obviously, that the people heard, because, again, this is for later. But the last episode we recorded fucked up again with the video.
Does it still have the audio?
Yeah, no, the video is mostly fine, but for like 3 times, for about a minute and a half, both cameras freeze.
That's cool.
And then they snap back. So I ordered 2 new video cards, which I was hoping I could wait until after I got back from vacation to order, but apparently not. So they should be here Friday. Hopefully they both work, and hopefully I'm able to get them set up. Fingers crossed. So that's exciting. They have the new AV1 encoding on them, which is what I was talking about actually in the video. Oh, that got fucked up. So it should not only allow us to record should not only allow me to record.
Did I freeze it?
No.
Oh, cool.
What do you mean? Like right now?
No.
Or
in the video?
Yeah.
Oh, because you have them side by side.
Both cameras freeze.
No.
You should at some point watch one of these to see like what happens.
Okay.
Because,
Yeah, I've seen some. You switch back and forth.
Yep.
Yeah.
So both cameras froze.
Okay.
Just at the same time. I don't know what's causing it. If this doesn't fix it, I'm gonna replace the fucking motherboard. And we'll build a whole new goddamn computer. But hopefully this will fix it. But this will also enable me, when I'm editing, to export the videos way faster. So that'll be cool. So instead of taking like an hour and a half to export videos, it'll take like 10, 20 minutes. So that's awesome. In other video production news, I uploaded 6 clips today. So there will be a clip from an episode of the podcast every Wednesday. Somewhere between like a minute and a half to, I think the longest one's like 6 minutes long. But the video we did, I don't remember which episode it was, but there was one where we were talking about like weird James Cameron movies and Tim Burton movies. And it was just like the entire podcast. I just cut it up into different sections and uploaded it. Because there's nothing but gold, baby. So those will be coming
Solid
out.
gold.
Every Wednesday. My goal by this time next month is to have all of them. Jordan's getting a little stuck in his jacket here.
What?
You good?
Yeah.
You gonna make it over
My
there?
arm. I need to scratch it.
Do you feel like
I feel
Michelle
really
Pfeiffer?
hot. I mean, I'm not in a
You gonna start whipping people?
airtight, skin-tight suit that they suck the air out of. That can only be worn for like 15 minutes at a time. But no, I don't feel like her.
No. She's probably a better actress.
I feel like Anne
you ever will
Hathaway
be. Oh, really? Yeah?
than I ever will be. I'm
Yeah.
not an actor, but I bet if I was,
Do you think
I
you
would
could
be
take Michelle
the
Pfeiffer?
best. Oh, I would be acting with Michelle Pfeiffer.
No.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let you on set with her.
Why?
Her
I feel like she's a
general-
really cool person.
It's not the problem. Problem's not with her.
With what?
I'm just saying.
You think it would be like a weird thing where it's like Jeff Goldblum when he did The Fly, and he wouldn't stop following his female lead around
I was
because
gonna
he was
say
like
more
obsessed
like
with her.
the Joker in Suicide Squad, Jared Leto. Like how he mailed like a rat to Margot Robbie and some used condoms to Will Smith and stuff.
Yeah, that guy's
Apparently that's not true, but
not true.
it's very funny because there's an interview of him and he says, "Yeah, I don't know where these rumors get started. You know, it's just you can't believe everything you hear on the internet." But then if you go back like 6 months, he started the rumor. You can see the interview of him starting that rumor where he's like, "Yeah, I mailed a rat to Margot Robbie." So he's just a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, he has a cult.
And then he made Morbius.
What's he done after that?
I don't think anything. Shockingly. I'm still holding out for Blade Runner 3.
With Wesley Snipes?
Is he in Blade Runner 2?
Oh, Blade Runner? Oh, I
Yes.
thought you said Blade.
No.
I was like, why the hell?
They already made that movie.
Blade 3?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Apparently it was really bad.
Yeah, they're not very good. You said Blade Runner 3?
Yeah.
They're making another one
Maybe.
with Harrison Ford in it.
If he's not dead by the time they get it into production.
Yeah.
There's the Conan O'Brien podcast episode with Harrison Ford. It was really good. Harrison Ford's a funny guy.
Yeah, I'll watch that tonight.
You can't watch it. You can listen to it.
He has a YouTube channel.
Yeah, but it's only be clips. If you want to listen to the whole podcast, you have to listen to it. You can't just watch it.
Well, then I'll just watch clips then, I guess.
Why can't you listen to it on your car ride?
I'd probably fall asleep.
What?
Podcasts make me sleepy.
Why?
Because it's like background noise.
It's a conversation. You're just sitting there listening to it. It's like you're listening to me talk right now.
Right.
Am I going to put you to sleep?
Eventually,
if I keep talking?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. You're weird.
No, I suppose I could listen to it in my car. I've been trying to actually listen to my car, though. Because there's I don't think it's a huge issue, but part of the bottom of it is falling off. Just like that plastic layer.
Mm-hmm.
My only concern is if I go to get my oil, are they going to be like, we can't open this up, or the whole thing's going to fall off, or like, I don't know, because I'm going to have to get my oil done in a little while. I'm going to the auto shop, can't get me in till next month on the 2nd. So I got a little bit of time to hope that nothing happens.
Just tape it.
I might have to. The thing is, I can't quite get to it because my car's very low to the ground, and I'm afraid to put it up on those stands because I don't want to get beheaded if it falls.
Let me give you a piece of advice. If you jack it up, put a block of wood under there.
Actually, I could jack it up. Don't
rely on the jack.
I wasn't thinking of that. That's a better idea. It's not like I would have to get like that far into the car, but I just need to get a look at it because I might be able to just pop it up myself, but it looks like it kind of got shredded. So I took up, like, this was like a boulder. Okay. I mean, it wasn't a boulder.
It was
but it was
substantial
what
rock.
I'm going to call a boulder.
Right. You're holding your hands to about the size of a cantaloupe.
Yeah. That was just in the road. I don't know how. I don't know why. They just redid the road. And that wasn't there. I drive this road every day. Somebody put that rock there.
Or it rolled out of the hills?
No, this was well, it is on a hill.
Yep.
But where did it come from?
Probably up the hill.
But it was
if gravity
still in
is
the road.
Indication.
I mean, it could have been hit by somebody on the side of the road and pushed into the middle of the road where I ran it over. Anyway, I ran this thing over and it was a loud noise, a loud banging noise. It could have been somebody's pet armadillo. I don't know. Anyway, it smashed into the bottom of my car.
Is what you're saying.
Right, but usually, like, that's happened before, and usually nothing happens. Because I go on a lot of back roads to get to mountains and things.
Mm-hmm.
And I've hit some pretty big rocks, and you get that kind of noise.
I've never had that before. My car's actually pretty high.
Yeah, but yours is like actually for going on back roads.
Got a real car.
I should have gotten one of those, but I didn't.
Do you want to know something really fun?
What?
Take a look at the video.
Oh, we're frozen.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Oh, we're back.
Oh.
Hello. So that's fun. Hopefully this is the last time that
it's no big deal.
This ever happens. Speaking of life lessons, I guess.
What's a life lesson?
The life lesson today is that you should definitely spend the $50 and buy a fire extinguisher.
What did you burn?
So Jordan, I was fucking with my lighter. I was trying to figure out why it won't stay usable for more than like a day.
The Zippo?
Yep. The seal around it for some reason is garbage. So I was looking at it and I was like taking my big can of fuel and I was putting a little bit in and I was closing it up and I was sort of trying to see where the gaps are and I was lighting it to make sure it would work. I was doing it in my bathroom in the sink, you know, because I figure if there's going to be a fire, it might as well be in a
contained water
area with water. So at some point in that process, the can and the lighter mixed somehow, and the can turned into a flamethrower.
Kick ass.
Yeah, it wasn't awesome at the time. Looking back, it is pretty badass. So I pushed the can into the sink, because it was just all around the edge, right? Pushed it into the sink, turned the water on full. That didn't really do anything.
Yeah, you're not really going to put that shit out.
So
that'll burn on top of water, I think.
Yep. Ran into the kitchen, grabbed my fire extinguisher, pulled the pin.
Oh, so you did have one.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Okay.
This building would not be here if I didn't, I don't think. Used the fire extinguisher. Smelled bad.
Yeah, it's like a
pink powder.
Oh, that one of those.
Yeah. Smoke alarm went off. And I was like, oh great. Fire came back.
Holy shit.
Yeah, used it again. Fire went away. And then I spent about 2 hours cleaning up. And the wall behind my bathroom sink is a little darker than it was before.
You're talking the whole can of the Zippo lighter fluid?
It wasn't full.
Okay, but the can caught fire.
But the can was on fire.
Jesus.
Yeah. It was probably the most terrifying moment of my life. It was scary. But you know, I am a hardened hero.
You know you have to replace the cotton balls in the lighter,
I've done that.
Okay. The flint's all fine?
Mm-hmm.
It just wouldn't stay lit for more than a day.
Correct.
Yeah.
I think I might just have to get a new one. I mean, I definitely have to get a new one now.
I mean, you have to like constantly refill them though. So
yeah, but it would be like I would fill it all the way and then I would close it and then I would go to use it like 2 days later and it would be empty.
Yeah, mine does that too.
But it didn't do that before.
No.
I could just keep it like for like weeks and it'd be fine. But I don't know what happened. Maybe it went through the wash or something.
The wick is fine.
Yeah, everything's fine. It's just, the seal's not great. So yeah, I almost burned my building down. So that was fun.
Yeah, that sucks.
So PSA, spend the $50, buy a fire extinguisher. Because if I had not done that.
Usually apartments come with them. That's a little scary.
Yeah. I don't know. I probably could have asked my landlord, but I was like, I don't want to talk to somebody. I'm just going to do it.
Well, it's also no candles or anything allowed in here.
Correct.
So, yeah.
Which, no candles were involved.
That's right.
So.
It didn't say anything about filling up a Zippo.
Yep. So, you know, it was scary. But, I'm not going to say luckily I was in the bathroom and luckily I had a fire extinguisher because those things were on purpose. Like I planned. in case something like this happened.
Why don't you just toss it into the shower?
Jordan,
It was up in flames.
On fire.
How big's the flame we're talking here?
So you know my bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
The flames were going around the cabinet.
Around the cabinet?
Yes.
Okay, so your whole sink was like engulfed.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's not what I was picturing.
No.
That's very scary. Yeah. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to calm down after that?
I'm gonna be honest, it still hasn't happened. I'm still a little on edge. I left the sink running for about half an hour with the can in there. After I had already put it out and everything. And I went in and I was looking at it and I put it in the trash can. And I was just like, I stood there and watched it for like 10 minutes.
Oh, I would have thrown that shit outside.
I was petrified.
I would have found a storm drain and just tossed it right in there.
It was an experience that I don't want to repeat.
I don't think I've ever burned anything down before.
Neither have I.
I mean, I was at a friend's house and he threw a, what is it, a liter with the big ass soda bottle. I don't drink soda.
2 liter?
How much is that? 2 liter? The big ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He threw one of those filled with gasoline in the fire pit. And that was like a 15-foot tall explosion. And it set all his chairs on fire.
Yep.
But that didn't have anything to do with me. I mean, I
don't
ran
fuck
with
around
him.
with gasoline.
Oh, yeah, you don't do that. Yeah. That's the type of shit you do, like, this was like we were younger, but like not young enough to be that stupid.
Right.
He just went for it. It
I
was sort of
respect it.
like, no, this was like
Was the bottle
literally
open? Like, did it have a top screwed on?
It did.
Well, that's a little bit of a delay then.
There was a delay. So it went like, nothing happened.
Right.
And we were like, why is nothing happening? We were quite a ways away.
Yep.
And then, so it shot this flame out from the side, right?
Okay.
It was like shooting a flame. And right as we were about to say, like, that's it, it just like fucking blew up. And it set all his chairs on fire and everything. And then I think we grabbed the hose and we put the entire fire out. But yeah, it was sort of like the regular show, whereas like, we're 24 years old, we can't be...
shouldn't be busting holes in the wall.
It was kind of a situation like that. We're 24 years old, we shouldn't be throwing
2 liters,
2
of
liters of gasoline onto an open
I think
flame.
you're supposed to use diesel when you start fires. Like, that's the safe way
We
to
weren't
do it.
starting a
No,
fire,
I
man.
know. But I think that when you want to do something like that, you're supposed to use diesel. Because diesel doesn't really burn.
Explode.
Yeah, it doesn't explode. It'll burn, but it won't explode. Like, if you take a match and you have a drum of diesel and you put the match to the diesel, the match will go out. If you do that with gasoline,
He was
you
going
would
for an
die.
explosion. That freaks me out too. It's like what if like a single like flame goes into your car's
that's why you're supposed to turn your engine off
right
when you go to a gas station. A lot of people don't do that.
No.
And I understand the reasoning where it's like, if the engine parts and the tank of gasoline in your car mix at all while the thing is running, then your car's going to explode. And that's, I understand that the cars are built so that that doesn't happen. But also, I would rather the whatever half tank of gas I have lights on fire than...
What the fuck?
Jordan's looking at his phone.
Yeah.
I would rather the contents of my car light on fire than the giant tank underground.
Yeah.
So I'm going to turn my engine off.
Oh man, I went to a gas station one time. This guy's just like smoking a cigarette while he's filling up his gas.
There you go.
And the cashier came out and she was like, "What are you doing? Like, you can't smoke and fill up your car." And he's like, "I don't give a fuck." And she's like, "What about all these other people around here who don't want to be blown up?" This guy was like, hands down, like, douchebag of the year every year.
There you go.
Like, I've never seen anybody like that douchey ever in my life. Like, ever. Like,
And
that's
you
next level.
have worked with me for many years.
Dude, if you're like such a douche that you don't, it's one thing like if, okay, like, that's next level douchebag. Because he's putting a bunch of people's lives at risk, not only his own, just so he can smoke a cigarette while pumping gas. Like, and in his mind, that is his God-given American right.
Yes.
Douchebag of the year. That's pretty bad.
People seem to not understand.
That, or he was just fucking dumb.
Well, I mean, there's
A little
the Venn
bit of-
diagram probably overlaps quite a bit.
Usually douchebags are dumb, so.
The thing that amazes me is that people don't understand that their actions can have consequences for other people.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Like, wearing seatbelts in cars, that's not just to save your life potentially. When you get T-boned, if you're not wearing a seatbelt, you hit the other people and your arms and legs go flying, and I don't want your elbow to go through my neck.
Yeah.
So you have to wear your seatbelt because you're putting other people at risk if you don't.
Did you say if or when you get T-boned?
If you get T-boned.
Okay. Because the when sounded a little bit scary to me.
When you get T-boned, Jordan.
Yeah, I don't like to
pulling
think about that.
out of my driveway. But it's like if you ride a motorcycle without a helmet, I don't really give a fuck about that because the only person you're putting at risk is yourself. Because if you hit me head on, or I hit you head on a motorcycle, you're probably coming through my windshield no matter what, whether or not you're wearing a helmet. So what's going to happen is going to happen. So if you don't want to wear a helmet, go for it, dog. I don't care. But you should wear a seatbelt. You should wear a helmet, to be clear. But I don't really care if you don't.
You had a guy tell me one time that it's safer not to wear a helmet while riding a motorcycle.
I don't think
because you're more aware of your surroundings.
Sure.
I didn't
Absolutely.
sounding kind of
I mean,
kinda
you
dumb.
probably aren't hearing very much over the engine that's, you know, there's nothing between you and this engine that's you're revving because you're an asshole.
Yeah. I mean, when you wear a helmet, though, it makes it seem more like you're in a vehicle than, like, I can't imagine, like, the wind,
Yep.
like, in your face. How
You got a
that's...
bunch of bugs in your teeth.
Yeah, the bugs. Yeah.
Mac hanging on the back of the limousine.
I mean, he didn't even have, like, the protective, like, you know, like all the leather, that motorcycle, like, there's
Yeah.
pads and shit in there.
Mhm.
So, like, if you fall off, you're not going to be, like, super injured. This guy's just nothing.
Well, these people, all they've seen is Marvel movies where they like fall off a car in a t-shirt and they're just like rolling along the ground. And that's how they think life is.
No, this was an older gentleman.
You think he can't watch Marvel movies, Jordan?
I think he was more like watching Fast and Furious or something.
Oh, there
like
you
that,
go. Same thing.
Which is even more crazy.
There's a shot in Captain America 2, which is probably my favorite Marvel movie, where they're in a car and the car, something happens with the car and they have to get out of the car while they're moving still. So Captain America, being the American hero that he is, he grabs the two other people and like holds onto them and then kicks them out and gets the door off the car. So they're like skidding along the ground on the door. And there's like a half a second shot of inside the car as the door drops out and it hits the ground. And Chris Evans really wanted to do it himself. And you can tell because he looks terrified. Which, you know, fair enough.
Yeah.
They also do this really cool thing in those movies sometimes where if somebody is supposed to be like superhuman running, they'll put a long ass, like basically a tarp, drag it behind a car, drive that car like 25 miles an hour, and then have the person run along this tarp. So they're going like 35 miles an hour probably in traffic. It's pretty crazy. It looks really cool though. It looks a hell of a lot better than whatever they were doing in Wonder Woman 2.
What about Indiana Jones?
Well, it did look. Well, no, it didn't look like a video game. So yeah, better than that.
It looked like a really good video game.
Did it?
Yeah.
The bit where he was running on top of that train did not look like a really good video game.
I thought
when it's on Disney Plus, I will watch it again for that scene.
Disney.
Good old Disney. Yeah, a lot of people have been complaining about that movie.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not what the advertisement says.
Well, they're not making a lot of money opening weekend, so I don't care what the advertising says. I don't know how you fuck that up.
Indiana Jones?
Yeah, I don't know how you fuck it up that bad.
You put a almost like elderly Indiana Jones.
No, I understand that, but you could write a story around that. Like, you could do it so that it worked.
Well, yeah.
But they don't. And I don't understand it.
I think it's like, I don't know. I think maybe you'd be better off like
not making any more movies.
That, not so, like, I feel like there's certain directors that have proven that they like know what they're doing, and
I like the director of that movie.
Yeah.
He's done some good stuff.
But did he get to have it like everything like his way, or were other people like?
I don't know, but I heard a story on a podcast I was listening to today where they came to him and they said, "Hey, we have this script. We need you to be ready to do this in 24 days." And he said, "I can't do it in that time. Give me a year." And I thought, oh, okay, well, they made him do it in 24 days. That's why the movie's bad. But no, he had that year because they went to other people and they're like, "Hey, we need you to do this in 24 days. And they all said no. So they're like, "Okay, I guess we'll let you do what you want to do."
Yeah.
I'm relatively confident I could write a better script than that. Having not written a script ever in my entire life, I could write a better script than that in 24 days.
Would you take anything from this movie or just scrap it?
I would make it. No, I'd probably get rid of it.
How's this movie start?
How's my version of Indiana Jones 5 start? Okay. Opening title sequence. Right? Classic. You get the mountain, the Paramount logo, and then it turns into something.
Right.
It's gonna turn into Expedition Everest from Disney World.
Oh, okay.
Shia LaBeouf is there.
This sounds really bad.
He's riding the roller coaster. It's just it's 2 hours of him waiting in line to ride this roller coaster. He finally gets in the roller coaster. Power goes out. Can't ride the roller coaster. End credits.
That's the whole movie.
That's the whole movie.
Yeah. Well.
No, I
don't know. That works
for
me because at least it's not 2.5 hours long.
It's one of those things where I don't know what I would do specifically unless you gave me 24 days. I'll come back, circle around in 24 days. I'll let you know what I would do.
All right.
But I know that I wouldn't do that. It's sort of like how I'm a huge Stargate fan, and whether or not they make more Stargate, which they probably will at some point, I can't tell you what I want from that, but I can tell you that when it comes out, I'll probably not like it. Because everything they've done lately is bad. So, I don't know. Because I don't want them to just do the same thing over again. But I also want them to do the exact same thing over again. Like, I don't want to see another movie that's exactly the same as Raiders. But I want a movie that is exactly the same as Raiders.
No, you want a movie that makes you feel like you've watched that movie.
Yeah.
Give you the same feeling, but not the same thing.
Like, I don't know. The truck chase scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark is probably the greatest action scene of all time, in my opinion.
Truck chase scene?
Yeah. Where he goes after the Ark after they blow up the plane. And he's, like, punching Nazis through the window and stuff. Like, it's amazing. He's under the truck and he hooks his whip up and then he's, like, being dragged behind the truck. It's great.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
The tank chase in Last Crusade is also amazing.
When he gets his satchel stuck.
Yep. I don't know how he got his satchel stuck, because you'd have to go around the thing. Like you'd have to get his satchel out and around the thing, but the thing was always in the wall. So that doesn't make any sense. And I don't know how he got back up off of it, keeping his satchel on.
You know what? It's a movie.
Also, you could just let go. It's not like you're strapped in. You could just sort of slip out.
Yeah, but that's all his stuff, you know?
Okay, chase after the tank is not going that fast. You know? And it's just, stuff like that, yeah. You can look past it because the rest of it is so great. And Harrison Ford's so good at acting angry.
I think I would have, like, toned down the constant action.
Yep.
Like,
most of it being chase scenes.
Yeah.
I would have done something else.
Yeah, there could have been some more, like... It seemed like they tried to make this movie, like, fun rather than, like, cool. Like, just sort of,
it was very
like,
sterilized.
Yeah.
All of the action. I want to see a man's head get eviscerated by a propeller.
Yeah.
Or a man turn into a skeleton.
Yeah, or, like, some
bunch of faces explode.
Some face melting. Yeah.
Like, that's what I want out of Indiana Jones. That's fun. It's not whatever was going on in that movie.
Yeah, I think I'll probably just forget about the movie eventually.
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably
it's kind of like
have to watch it.
Like, I don't even think I could explain the last Star Wars movie that came out.
I don't. Well, what was the last Star Wars movie that came out? Was it
the one where the Emperor's like?
But was that actually the last one, or was there another one?
I'm not talking about the little spin-off things.
Rogue One isn't a spin-off, Jordan.
Yeah, it's like a prequel to the first one.
It's the whole reason Star Wars happens. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, the movie. Who cares? I don't give a shit. Fucking make a million more Indiana Jones movies. Who cares? It's not my money. Whatever. Eventually,
they
Disney...
kept trying to make a joke about him being old in the movie.
I think they did it a couple times, didn't they?
Huh?
They did it a couple times.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I just think the idea of him being like, oh, I'm retired now. And then like, oh, now I'm stuck. One last adventure. Oh, this is terrible. I'm so old. Like the whole movie. It's just like, why don't they just make him cool like he was and just sort of ignore his age? Like,
well, I also don't want 80-year-old Harrison Ford to be like sprinting after tanks and stuff. That would be a little ridiculous.
Maybe not that, but like...
I think that there is a very nice movie idea in there of a world that's passed him by.
Yeah, sure.
Like you could do a very... Not an actionless movie, but a movie that was more based on like his character and how his relationship with the world. Maybe how he has to come to accept that he can't go on adventures anymore. Maybe another character, Shia LaBeouf, takes over in the adventure department.
I think they tried to kind of do that and people weren't having it.
Well, you could do it, but do it with, well. That's what I'm saying.
Chris Pratt.
He's a little old.
To play Indiana Jones?
To play Indiana Jones' kid.
Oh, you want his kid to go on?
Well, you could do it as like an in-canon, like Harrison Ford's done. It's not Indiana Jones, it's fucking whoever. They're doing it now. But you could do like hey, I really want to go on this adventure. Instead of it being like hey, I need this to sell on the black market. Or whatever was going on.
Here's what I think they should have had. Aliens. Again.
Extra, not aliens. Extra dimensional beings. George Lucas was very clear because Steven Spielberg refused to do aliens.
Yeah, because he had just done War of the Worlds.
Have you seen all of these interviews are showing up now where it's George Lucas being like, well, what if they're extra dimensional beings? And Steven Spielberg's like, okay, fine. He really does not want to make this movie. But George Lucas won't stop bugging him.
See, I think like the beginning of that movie is good though. The opening scene.
Yeah, up until the nuclear explosion, it's. I mean, the Russian lady's pretty bad because they got like a. I forget her name, but she's not Russian and she does not do a good Russian accent. But other than that,
what else is she?
Is it Kate Blanchett?
Hold on, I think it's. Okay.
She's got a sick haircut though.
The one who's like, I want to know.
I don't remember. She's got black hair and she wears a gray suit.
Yeah.
Like the main bad guy.
Crystal Skull is a 6.2 out of 10. That's not terrible.
What does a DOD have? I guess I could look that up.
Yeah, Kate Blanchett.
Boom, nailed it. Fucking Kingdom.
Oh, what is this? Oh my god. Yeah, her latest movie is the only movie I've ever walked out on.
Dial.
Tar.
Disney. Doesn't say. Rotten Tomatoes is 55%.
It doesn't have an IMDb yet.
I'm sure it does. It's just not popping up. Oh, 6.9. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
It's not incredibly better than Crystal Skull, but it's not worse. So, yeah, that lights up. We gotta wrap up here pretty soon. But, Jordan, I sent you a snap the other day.
The other day?
Did you watch it? I know you watched it because you sent me a snap back.
Oh, not bath salts, PCP drugging.
No.
Oh,
I'm talking about Superman on the N64.
Oh, yeah.
Send you a video of me punching in it.
Oh, you were playing that shit?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was you. I thought that was like some weird thing you found.
No, that was me. I was doing it.
I
got it up and running.
You can download that game?
You can download an emulator and then download that, yeah. I spent about 2 hours pairing a PS4 controller to my PC.
So did you beat the game?
No, I was getting the buttons to work.
Yeah,
but I figured out how to take off and how to land and how to punch.
Well, just so you know, the punch doesn't matter at all.
Listen, I was making tornadoes happen, but I couldn't figure out how I could select the tornado, but I couldn't make it happen.
I don't remember ever making tornadoes.
You freeze breath and laser eyes.
That was not in the game.
It is.
I don't think so.
It is.
They might have added it with what you have.
It's the game. They took the game off the card and they put it on the internet.
You could not shoot lasers though.
I'm telling you,
that must have been something you get later on in the game.
It was the first level.
I don't know what button that was.
It was one of the yellow buttons.
One of the arrows?
Not the D-pad, but on the right side. I was making it happen. The little icon showed up.
I don't know. All I could do is punch in midair.
I could block.
You can also walk too, I think.
Yeah, you can. I was walking around.
Yeah.
If I get it to work, will you play it? Will you sit there and watch me play it?
I hate that game.
You're gonna conquer your fears.
It's not a fear. It's a hatred.
I think it's a fear.
You can't get past the first fucking level.
I bet we can.
The farthest I got in that game, first of all, it gives you very little time to get through the hoops.
I think you get more time as you go.
I think you get less time.
I don't think that's how that works.
You go through the hoops, and if you make it in time, and you have to hit every single hoop, or it puts you back in the beginning.
Oh yeah.
So if you make it through all the hoops, which I did, then it gives you it's 2 minutes or something, and there's a couple cars, and you can pick them up.
Right.
Throw them at something. I don't know what that part of the game even was. And then you end up on a bridge with other people, and that's where you always die. That's the farthest you can make it in the game.
I don't think that's true.
It is true.
But also we can look up cheat codes and stuff. And we can do level skip probably.
No cheating. If
I'm
you
saying
can't,
we can.
no.
So, if we can't make it past then we can skip to the last level of the game.
I don't even think there is one.
I bet there is.
Did it start out with Lex Luthor and he's like,
your friends are going to this virtual world.
Yeah, and he's like, then there's no time to lose.
Suck. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything. I didn't get the sound to work.
They like get sucked into this portal.
It was Jimmy Olsen and Lois Lane and some other fucker.
Yeah, and then that's the start of the game where you get to fly through those hoops.
Yeah.
And I think once you make it past
everything, you can't see more than
it's
3 feet in front of you.
Yeah, it's like a cloudy city you're in.
Yeah. I was there. I was going underwater.
Yeah.
It's great.
I gave up on the game, but I used to play it, but I would just like...
There's a practice mode you can just fly around in.
Yeah, I would just fly around and fly into the water.
It won't let you go up. I tried. So you're trapped in my world, Superman. Like, I want to go into space.
Yeah, that's a bad game.
Are there any other games that you want to play?
If you can find the Scooby-Doo one.
I'm sure I can.
Because I want to know how people beat that game. I want to know if it was just my cartridge that was busted.
Do you have an old controller?
No, my brother sold all that stuff.
I thought you might have kept a controller. I sold my PS4. I still have my PS4 controller.
No, he took it without me knowing, and he sold everything. Controllers, console, all the games we had.
If you buy a USB N64 controller for like $15, we can hook it up. We can play on the OG controller instead of a PlayStation 4.
Yeah, you would have to for the full experience.
Well, yeah, obviously. But if I can get it all working, will you play it and let me record it so we can...
If you want to do old N64 games that I could never beat as a kid, sure.
We can do any console.
If the time works.
Theoretically.
No, because I've already played all the other ones. You can get the Super Nintendo games now on Switch.
Yeah, but they won't run as shitty as on the emulator. So N64, would you do a Sega? A Sega game?
I never played those.
You want to play Sonic?
No.
The blue guy? What's his name?
Blue guy?
No, I'm talking about a different guy. Not Sonic. I know Sonic, obviously.
No, I just said I only play broken games from when I was a kid.
You don't think Sega's going to have some broken games?
I never played that as a kid.
That's your chance.
I only want to know. No, because you're trying to turn this into me fucking playing video games on camera.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I see what you're doing.
Is it working?
Only for the fucking games that I couldn't beat.
Okay, is that a lot of games?
I can give you a list. There's Scooby-Doo N64.
Yep.
The Superman one.
Yep.
And I don't know, I'd have to think of some other ones.
Would you be willing to try some other N64 games that you might not have played, but will probably be equally as broken?
I don't know. Start with fucking Scooby-Doo.
Would you play Star Wars?
What?
Where you fight like a Darth Vader that turns into a giant scorpion?
Is this the Super Nintendo one?
Maybe.
Because I had that game.
I think there was an N64 version too. There's a lot of stuff. We'll come up with a list. We'll turn it into a series.
No, we're not doing this.
We are.
No, we're not.
You already agreed to it. We'll play
I'm not doing this.
Superman
I'm not going to come
N64.
over here every fucking day to play video games.
Not every day, but you know.
No, that's too much.
Once a week. You want to play video
games?
games?
Once a week?
Yeah.
No.
Why?
Not on camera.
Why?
Because I don't like fucking that type of fucking shitty ass content.
You gotta make it better then. It's on you.
It's on me?
Yeah, you gotta make it funny.
If you can find Scooby-Doo, I'll play that.
I can absolutely find Scooby-Doo.
Because I want to see if that fucking dog is always stuck in the corner. You can call it seeing if the game's really broken.
Okay. I'm definitely not gonna call that.
Or possibly, do I need to blow on the cartridge?
Cartridge blowers?
Yeah. Because that's what you do. Anytime... Cartridge blowers, I like that. Because anytime it didn't work, you blew on it and then it would just start working.
So,
cartridge blowers.
We can find a list. What if I looked up the most broken N64 games? On top of Scooby-Doo. We already got Scooby-Doo.
I think there was like a Power Rangers one or something. Yeah.
I'll come up with a list of like the most broken games we can play. Cartridge blowers.
Cartridge blowers.
20-minute episodes.
We'll see where it goes.
I think that is a great idea, and I'm glad I came up with it all by myself.
Right.
Sign the checks to me. And in the podcast.